The views and opinions expressed on the following program are those of the host and guests and do not necessarily reflect the policy or position of ONTV's management, staff, or board of directors.
Thank you for that very awesome public service announcement, Joseph. Appreciate you. It's time for another great episode of
Talking Nude.
where we just talk uncensored, uncut, unedited, and just be.
Talking Nude.
Wouldn't it be great if we could just all just sit in our birthday suits and just be?
Talking Nude.
I mean, it is kind of cold, so I don't know how that would play out, but we'd all still be.
Talking Nude.
Because you just never know what it could be. One day it's 100 degrees, next day you're just be.
Talking Nude.
In like 20-degree weather, you just be freezing your ass off. It's like when you jump in the water and.
Talking Nude.
I knew I was gonna catch her off. She never knows what I'm gonna say.
Exactly, I don't.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, hello, hello. Good morning.
Yeah.
He did that on purpose, y'all. He had to take me off tune, huh?
Yeah. 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 Come on. Yeah.
Good morning, y'all. Good morning.
We could do like a
It
choreographed
is-
flash mob to that, like
You
in
know what? That's
Myers.
very true.
That would be funny. We'll just start doing talking nude and like ballrooming in the middle of Myers.
Oh my gosh.
Or Aldi's.
That's so you. Welcome, you guys. Welcome to another episode of Talking Nude. It is November 11. It's 11/11 today, y'all. It's a lucky day.
It is.
The
And
lucky day.
we talk uncensored, uncut, unedited, unfiltered about pretty much whatever the fuck we want to talk about. Why? Because it's
Talking Nude.
exactly. A lot has gone on. We're going to unpack a
Holy
little bit of it. We had an election, and we
I'm
have
glad
a president.
that's over.
Yeah, I'm so glad.
I'm so done with the commercials and the
Yes.
harassing text messages.
Oh my goodness! And you know what's funny? My other coworkers at work didn't get the text messages.
Are you serious?
So I'm wondering, like, did I just get picked out of a lottery or something? And
Holy
they just
smokes! I was getting those
randomly-
things like up to like 9:45 at nighttime. Like
it
what
was
the
crazy.
fuck?
It was crazy.
And it was just weird. It was definitely just weird. I felt like they were making sure like they were harassing us.
Yeah. Like they kept telling us like every 5 seconds, and it wasn't anything like useful. It was just
What about
more,
the mail though?
Oh my goodness!
Oh my
the
gosh! See,
mail.
I get the email that tells me what's going to be in the mail the next day,
Mhm.
and it'll say for me it'd be like 10 pieces coming for November, Tuesday, blah 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 blah, right? And I'd be like 10 pieces of mail. Me and Jace ain't that important, you know. And then I would go through the email because it tells you it gives you like the face of it, what's coming in, and it was nothing but flyers for
Yeah,
the election.
a
10
lot.
pieces of mail.
A lot of flyers.
And then it was happening like every single day. 5 pieces, 6 pieces, 10 pieces. I'm just
Yeah.
like, seriously. Like it was a lot.
I
you
think
guys.
what bothered
a
me, it was
lot.
like every 5 seconds I was getting a text, and I'm sitting there thinking it's the wife, and it's like, who have you voted for? Did you know that Kamala stands for this, 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 and this? Or did you know that Trump stands for this, 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 this? And I'm just like, oh my God, can I breathe? Man,
I guess my age is speaking to me. I miss old politics, you guys. I miss the old ways of politics where you just put on. I remember what the sticker looked like, you guys, back in the day. It was plain Jane. It was just a red sticker that said with white writing that said I voted, and everybody knew you voted. That was it. There was no discussing it. It was really private. And when you voted and you talked about the issues, it was off the speeches of the candidates that were running at the time. I
Yeah.
remember I was excited to vote, you guys. My first election was cute Bill Clinton, you know. But I remember watching my dad watch, debates, my mom, and I remember it was just based off of like what the candidates were saying, and there wasn't so many commercials. There wasn't all this stuff now to harass. You had a chance to understand the candidate. You had a chance to get excited. Now it's just like they're bombarding you to the point where everybody's arguing. It was just a private thing. Only
Yeah.
time you really talked about it truly was in your household.
yeah.
That was it. It was not there wasn't a social media. You didn't even take it to work because one of the number 5 rules of life was don't talk what? Church and religion and politics. Those are part of the basic 5 of life.
Right.
So it was different time. I missed that. I missed that. I missed the privacy. And then when you saw the votes on TV the next day, it was just, okay, you accepted it. It was done.
yeah, and you just moved on.
Yeah. Now it's No, it's too emotional. They're really they're taking it too far with all of us as the voters. They're preying upon our emotions and stuff versus our logic. You know, we used to vote off of logic. Now people are voting off of emotions and all this other stuff. And it's just like I miss old politics, you guys. For those who don't know what old politics were, it was a nice way of it was private. And privacy is something we all don't have anymore. But it was private. And I miss the old ways.
I miss Ronald Reagan as a president, honestly.
See, I don't remember that.
I
was
do.
like I was like in first grade.
I do. I mean, so Ronald Reagan used to be a child actor. Like he was in cowboy movies and all kinds of
The
stuff.
only controversy I remember about him though was the same thing they had said about Trump back in the day.
What?
Because he was an actor.
Yeah.
It was big controversy about him being an actor
Oh
running
yeah,
for
I
politics.
could see that.
That was like it's kind of like Ronald Reagan kind of paved the way for a Donald Trump to come in. Because I remember
yeah.
that. I remember he being like in first grade or whatever, and I'm hearing adults talk about, oh my God, how can he? I remember those things.
He was a Republican too, wasn't he?
Yes, but
Yeah.
he was known for an actor. He had
Yeah.
no experience in politics, none of that.
Yeah.
So it was like Ronald Reagan paved the way for a Donald Trump to come in. Just like people make conflict about Donald Trump when he first ran because he was a real estate guy. So like I said, it was. I still miss the old politics.
Quick squirrel moment. There used to be a show on ABC called DC Follies. It was like a puppet, like kind of Muppet kind of show. And they actually did caricatures of President Reagan, Nancy Reagan, Phil Collins, Stevie Wonder, all the 80s icons. And it was on show. It wasn't on very long. But Phil Collins, actually, when he did Genesis, they had a song called Land of Confusion that they used all the puppets in. I think I showed you that video.
I think you did, yeah.
Yeah, but it's hilarious. They even did the rapping Ron back then. They had another song where they sampled what was it? I want to say I don't want to get the name wrong, but I think it was Parhard Castle that did the song, and it was called Saigon or something. And they like took like voice snips off of Reagan snips so but it was a lot of fun. Growing up listening to hip hop and then hearing the rapping Ron song, and I can't think. I
On
want
a
to say it was
political commercial at that.
yeah, it was like push into George Bush. Like yeah, it was funny. It was funny. It was a Saigon.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
But guys, like that still comes back to it was a simpler time, and I guess, like I said, my age is kicking in, and there are some things about my age that I love being 42, and Jason's 49. Like
I love
we
being
grew
49.
up in that age where it was just fun. Things were just different. It was fun. It was right after a lot of bad stuff went on in the 60s and 70s. I will say that.
Yeah, there was a lot of craziness going
yes,
on.
so we got to grow up in the 90s, 80s, and 90s, and 2000s. So it was like we got to have the fun after all the drama. So I think that to me, 80s, 90s, and early 2000s was the fun. After that, it's kind of like we're reverting back to all the bad times that happened in like 1960s, 1970s, and 50s
Right.
and all that. And it's just like I enjoy being the age that I am. I wish that the younger kids could understand what it was like to have their own privacy.
Yeah.
My gosh, like to be able to have a fight with a friend and not go all over social media, like telling everybody you're having a fight with a friend, or your politics, or your religion, or your belief system. It's like everything used to be in compartments of privacy.
Yeah.
Like only your inner circle kind of knew who you were. Nowadays, it's like everybody wants to know every single part of you all the time. Like everybody has to get a bite out of you.
I think what pisses me off about it today, though, is like you can't have an opinion. You can't debate.
And
Because
that
like
comes down to the
because
privacy
in
issue.
school you used to be able to debate. You could say like
There was
I
actually
like hold on one sec, babe. The red shoelaces, blue shoelaces, white shoelaces, whatever kind of shoelaces. You could just debate about it, right? Now
True.
you can't do that. People are like, "Oh no, it's red shoelaces or that."
This is true. What I was going to say was they even had healthy debate teams. They actually had like extra school curricular activities that were off of learning, teaching you how to debate and have an opinion,
Mm-hmm.
So I will say that it still comes back down to privacy. That's still a privacy issue. We don't have that anymore. There's no privacy of opinion.
Well, we have a guest in here today, and we were lucky enough to get him for part 2. and we chatted a little bit about McDonald's and how fucked up they are, and
Oh my God!
their
Before I
plain chicken
before we
sandwiches.
introduce him, I do have one more McDonald's story though. I do have one more.
You do? What happened?
Okay.
We gotta know. Inquiring minds want to know.
You guys. I actually had it's actually a good McDonald's story because I was telling Heather Lee, one of my bosses at my job, one of my jobs, and I was telling her about the McDonald's story about the chicken sandwiches, and she goes, "Really? But this morning I had me this great, sausage biscuits with cheese on it, and it was so delicious, and it was all for $2 or $3. Oh, Kathy, it's so delicious. The sausage and cheese biscuit. Just make sure you get cheese on it."
She sounded like she was about to nut.
Why did myself seriously?
You went and got it, didn't you?
Yes, I did the next day. I was thinking about how she was just smoldering over that sausage biscuit with cheese. And so I got the exact same thing. And honestly, you guys, it was that orgasmic. Only thing it was missing truly was some grape jelly.
And a dildo in the bag.
It was so delicious. That little bite. It was so delicious. But then, come Saturday, I went to McDonald's for lunch Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And the fries were just old. The lemonade tasted like dirt water. And then I got some chicken nuggets. And there was only 4. And they were hard.
They might have heard our podcast.
And
they might have recognized
it was like this place just goes up and down.
Fucking talking nude, guys.
It's this place keeps going up and down for me. And the thing is, but the sausage.
Look though, you're
great.
nicer than I am because I'm gonna be honest with you. Fuck McDonald's. Like I'm not going to fucking McDonald's.
I tried to give them another chance, but I can't.
No, I can't.
It's just too hard because it's too up and down. But that sausage.
No, look,
biscuit
I'm not
was
paying
delicious.
$40 for a plain chicken fucking sandwich. Flat the fuck out, McDonald's. Y'all better get it together. Tighten up in your corporate business meetings. Whatever you guys are talking about with Ronald McDonald and Grimace and everybody in there and Hamburglar. It's fucked up. I remember all the characters.
Yeah.
But seriously, you guys really need to tighten it up and listen to what the customers want. We want, for example, I want the old Happy Meals back. With the little toys in them. Yeah, right. What happened to the cereal? I was reading.
With the toy.
Look, so we're going to bring our guests in. We're going to have him chime in on this too. And I'm sure he has a story about this. So with cereal, back in the day, we used to have the toys in them, right? Now they got shit. You just go online to a link and you click onto a link and scan the QC. That's too much fucking work. Just give me something to do, a toy to spin, a little fucking yo-yo or something. I miss that shit. They don't have that anymore. And let's bring in our guest today, ONTV director Ian.
Hello.
Oh my God, I'm going to get this applause down sooner or later. Wow, I pushed the button and it just wasn't going.
Hey, it's Monday, right?
It is Monday.
We're all kind of dragging.
Monday.
We have our coffee and our morning drinks, and I think it just hasn't hit yet.
It hasn't hit.
Waiting for it to kick in. So
Yes.
thanks, guys, for having me again. I promised you 2.
Yes.
And like we were talking last week with the election and different things happening.
Yes.
I was pulled away from you guys for
Yeah.
the morning, and we're working on some things. As you know, I have to do little dabbles in Lansing to try to protect our funding and all that good stuff. So the election has consequences,
right?
Just as we all know.
This is true.
Right.
And so it also can form the future of our organization here at ONTV. So that's what I'm working on and trying to keep this thing going and for decades to come. So that's what I was working on yesterday. Or last week after it was all situated. I'm talking the lead up to the election. So we had to make sure everything was in order and playing scenarios with lobbyists and accountants and all these different things. So not to be heavy and a big downer on a Monday. But I really appreciate you just giving me a week. And here I'm back. I'm here. And it's interesting, you guys, that everything you guys, I'm 52. So I'll just share that with you guys. So I'm right in the wheelhouse with your age. We all experience the same type of stuff.
Yeah.
From the election, I can't agree with you more on the election. It's just, I didn't get the text messages. I didn't get those
lucky
things.
you.
I didn't get
Lucky you.
My wife did though. So
Yeah.
she's 51, and she got phone calls. I mean, direct
Oh, me
Wow.
too.
phone
Yeah, me too.
calls on her cell, and it
Mhm.
said political call.
Yep.
Oh,
They actually
wow.
labeled political call, but we're looking at area codes going, I can't identify. This is like
Mhm.
the moon. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know this
Yep.
area code. What is this? So we're just ignoring it. But they do hit you over the head. I
Yeah.
mean, it's just the privacy. You hit it on the. I can't agree with you more. The privacy. Where is it? There isn't it anymore.
Yep.
I don't care to see your life in pictures
Yeah.
and in text. And we all know with social media. I'm going on
Yeah.
tangents here. You guys,
Yeah.
I fit right into this group because you guys hit all these different topics, and this is how my brain works. I'll skew left, right, down the middle, up and down, all over the place, and I can have 10 different conversations at the same time. So I dig you guys. I really I can get it.
We appreciate that.
But it's just one of these things where you remember the simple times. You remember before.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
the 80s weren't we look back fondly on the good stuff.
Yeah.
80s were rough too. 90s were rough. 70s were rough. In different areas, but we still looked at each other and we still could get along. You still
Yep.
can understand the
Mhm.
difference of opinions.
Yes.
You go, I agree to disagree with you, and in a civil way. And I'm still friends with people I didn't agree with 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
You know,
true.
why can't you be now? And that's what my philosophy is. I don't care what you believe in. It's
Yep.
like, do you?
I think
said-
it's because people are in our faces every single day with the whole social media thing.
Yeah.
Before you can just, your friends live, 15 minutes away. You're not thinking nothing about them.
Right.
But now, you can just pick up your phone and they just told you they disagree with you, but you may see their face right on your phone.
Right.
And I think that's where it's coming down to, is that people are in our faces too much. But nowadays, unfortunately, it's a catch-22, because if you have a business or you're just in general, people want to know who you are by your social media.
Right.
It's not just about your business. Now they want to know about your personal life is hooked to your business
Mhm.
and everything else. So it's there's
And
definitely the privacy thing.
in my position as the director at ONTV, even sitting on a pod like this, to be honest, I have to watch myself. I
Yeah.
have to watch what I say.
Oh, of course.
And there's things I want to say I can't.
Right.
You have to measure it. I know my daughter's in politics. She actually works at the House of Representatives in Lansing,
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
right? And she's knee deep in this stuff. And she kind of guides me. We have interesting conversations, and since policy things to try to keep ONTV going and
Right.
funding for this sort of community media up and running, she goes, "Boy, I bet you never thought you were going to be a politician." I'm like, "No, I'm a video guy. I'm
Right.
a dude that I sit and talk and making shows, and
Yeah.
I'm behind the rack and making cables, and that's what I am." We've
Yeah.
talked about this
Yeah.
before.
Right.
Music, we're
Yeah.
basement blues man, as I call myself. I play guitar. It's my stress relief. But now I'm a politician, and I have to watch what I say. And you check yourself, because we accept all here. All opinions are welcome, right? Podcasts like this are rare. Speak your mind.
Yes.
That's why we love having you guys in. It's people are afraid to speak their minds in some instances. So the courage you guys have is amazing, and the connection you guys have, and it's awesome. So yeah, I know, like I said, I'm going all over the
Aw.
place, but it's a confusing time where if you have a different opinion, now I'm your enemy,
Yeah.
or
Exactly.
I beat you. You're the candidate you were backing didn't win, so I'm going to turn the screws on you personally,
Exactly.
or
Right.
emotionally. I don't
Exactly.
understand the vitriol to go after just another human being, and it's easy to type it in.
Yeah.
It's not
Keyboard.
easy to
I
do
call
it
them
to my face.
keyboard gangsters, is what I call them. Keyboard gangsters.
And we all know people aren't really eloquent in emails, and so
Right.
No.
you miss nuance.
Yep.
And it's not black and white. Looking someone in the eye and saying that's more difficult, and
Yep.
Yeah.
then you can go, I see you.
Yep.
That's
We
very
don't
true.
see each other anymore.
That's
And
true.
to piggyback off that, I'll give you a case in point. You said something about the texting and how people are connecting or not connecting, right? What really frustrates me now about social media is when you reach out to someone that you haven't talked to in a while, right? Just to check in on them, see how they're doing.
Mhm.
And they don't get back to you. And everyone's got their phones attached to their hips now. Everyone. So there's no fucking excuse why people can't answer their phone. So it's kind of upsetting when you call someone or you text someone and then 4 days later you get a message back.
Yeah.
Like, motherfucker, you didn't look at your phone. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we've become so involved in our own lives that we just have tuned everything out. Where back in the day when you didn't have social media, you didn't have everyone attached to their hip. You actually had a landline phone. If you weren't home, guess what? You didn't get the call. You would check your voicemail on your answering machine, right?
If
Well,
you had that.
if
I
you
never had that growing
If you
up.
had that, right? But now it's like your phone's on you constantly, and your jobs. And that's another thing. Your jobs will call you.
Your
You
job
know,
follows you around.
Dude,
Yeah.
at my work, I mean, I don't want to get too personal about it, but my supervisor, shout out to my supervisor, he's cool. But like, he'll text me if I'm on the other side of the plant when he needs me to go somewhere else in another area, and I'm just like, whoa, really? Like, yeah, but we're not supposed to have our phones on the floor, so
I didn't hear a thing.
exactly.
No,
Right?
that is crazy. But I think it's a control thing too. And also, I'm
Oh,
gonna
it is.
piggyback on the
It is.
when people don't text you back for 4 days at a time. Okay, they will do that to you. But let's say there was an emergency with them. They're wondering where you were at. Why didn't you text me back at this time? At that, it's like people have so much access to one another
Yep.
that people are really showing themselves for who they are through the device. If you were to not answer your phone and they had an emergency, they would go off on you.
Yep.
But they did it to you. And they would deny it, but it's like, no, I have it right here in my phone.
Exactly.
I text you on January 1st, 2022 at so-and-so, and you text me back on 4 days later. It says it right here.
Yep.
And then, well, I had this, I had that going on. And it's
Bullshit
like,
excuses.
yeah. But the crazy thing is they're forgetting that it's plain, it's documented. There we go.
Well, no, people don't want to talk on the phone anymore, it seems like. It's like
No, they don't.
they only want to text. Like, they literally only want to text.
I think it's because you can multitask. And back in the day, I think people did have more time to talk on the phone. Because I remember back in the day when you'd pick up the phone and talk, you would be anywhere and be talking on the phone.
Well, you would have to talk for 30 minutes because you
Yes.
didn't see them all week or
Yes.
for
Yeah.
2, and you go, what's going on? And you would actually catch up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nowadays,
Right?
it's like you got to schedule. Like me and my friends, we schedule when we're like, oh, how we'll do it Tuesday at 10 a.m. Like,
Yeah.
when did that
Right.
fucking happen?
It's like when you watch the episode of Cheers, right? Not to get off the topic, but we're on the same topic, right?
Cheers.
Cheers. Everybody, if you watch that show, all the characters were what? Interacting with one another.
At the bar.
They were talking with one another. You don't see that on the sitcoms anymore. Like, everyone's on their phone,
Right.
That's true.
you know?
Something with, I have 2 kids. I have a 18-year-old and a 22-year-old. Are they still kids? They're still kids. My kids, right?
Yes.
And growing up, something I'm sure you guys can relate to. It's like kids always like, oh, I want this. This is, you know, the need, the now. And something my wife and I, and well, it was because of necessity, me growing up, we didn't have the money.
Right.
We couldn't, like we talked about McDonald's. That was a treat. That was the
Yeah.
family going out to dinner, a special.
Yes.
Yep.
You never had it. And the idea or the mindset of delayed gratification, patience, and understanding that you cannot have it all,
Yeah.
That's
that
so
you need to
true.
earn what you have.
Yes.
That's true.
And that is something that we try to instill in our kids. I mean, I share with my kids, I go, I remember walking around the house and there's no carpet.
Mm.
We didn't have carpet in our home. Or, we got carpet because they're giving it away at the carpet store because it was the end of the year shag sale, and so they're getting rid of the shag from the 70s. Oh, and now in the front room we have carpet. We still have wood in the dining room. You know,
but those
that's
things
what
were
I grew-
luxuries and treats, though.
but I didn't know any different. But it was like, okay, I just put my socks on and go and walk on the cold wood floor.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and so with my kids and just society these days, the phone is instant gratification.
Yeah.
It's instant communication. It's instant now. And I don't mind when my friends don't text me back right away. I don't mind it because I go, hey, I know they're busy, and I'll hit them up again. You know, I guess it's the old school mentality. It's like, I don't want to bother you.
Yeah.
Said, we're all
Yeah.
busy. I don't want to bother you.
Right.
You know, but if you get back to me, hey, you got back to me. I know you're there. I can see you read it, whatever.
Right.
Let's make arrangements to see each other face to face.
Right.
If you don't, you don't. But I try to not take it personally. It's difficult sometimes.
It's very hard.
Especially
It
when you
is.
need a specific answer for something now, and
Right.
Yeah.
you can't get it. You're going, you're driving me nuts. And I get that from my kids.
Yeah.
They're the worst
Yeah.
on that. But, like friends and stuff, the instant gratification, and this goes through almost everything we're dealing with in life. It's, we need to know this information from you. They're mining us for information, right? Sign up for this, like the app,
Yep.
the McDonald's app we're talking about last time. They're mining you for info. Why? So they can give you this, give you that,
Yep.
give you that, give you that. So we react.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if we could find a way to, we all, as our generation, can
Yeah.
step back. We understand this delayed gratification. I don't have the money to do this, so I don't do it,
That's
Right.
true.
right? And then you don't go into credit card debt. You work within your means. And, you live within your means, which is difficult these days, right? It's
Very
getting
difficult.
very, very, very hard.
Yeah.
But that's the part of society I miss, is that I could have a job for $3.15 an hour, and I could have gas in my car.
That's so true.
I could buy a pizza with my friends. I could go to the
Yeah.
movie. I
Yeah.
could save for a new pair of shoes. I
Yeah.
could save for
Remember-
pants. I could
Anybody
do-
remember what $20 used to feel like in your pocket?
Oh,
Man.
It used to feel like $200 or $2,000. I remember a $20 bill.
went 2 weeks.
Yes. Thank you. You could go to the movies,
Yep.
out to eat,
Yeah.
go buy an outfit,
Yeah.
put gas in your car. Like I remember those days where a $20 bill to me was like $200 or
Right.
more. Like,
Let's see. $20.
oh, that
Okay,
was
so I like
delicious.
Mad magazines. Back then,
So did I.
back then
Look
they
at
were-
this guy. See?
I got like a huge collection of them from the
Oh.
50s and 60s, 70s, and 80s at home.
Ooh.
Like collections. And they probably written so the super specials were like $2.25 in the 80s, and then the regular ones were like $1.35 or
Mhm.
$1.50.
Yep.
So you get one of those. You can get your candy. You can get your Garbage Pail Kids, which I loved, and those were like 55 cents a pack. So I would get like 10 or 15 packs of those.
Mine were baseball cards.
Yep. And then the movie theater was $1.50.
Yeah,
And
you
then
could
if
do
you
all
went to the
that.
regular theater, it was only $5 or something. You know what I mean? Like
Like-
$4.50, I think
Right.
it was.
Or they had the cheapie. We
Yeah.
had the
Yep.
dollar.
The $1.50.
The dollar cheapo.
Yeah.
By me, it was $1 in Ann Arbor.
Yep.
Dollar movie.
There was one in Waterford. I remember seeing The Great Outdoors in the summer
Love that
of
movie.
'88 with Dan Aykroyd and
Yep.
rest in peace to John Candy. And it was right there where Guitar Center is now in Waterford. There used to be a $1.50 theater there.
I
and-
remember those days. Like
Yeah, like
just when the $20 bill went far.
even the drive-ins, man. They got rid of the drive-ins. Like there's like, who wants to drive all the way to fucking Detroit to see a movie in a drive-in? I mean, I get
Right.
it. It's one of the last few, but I'm not driving all the way down there.
But even movie theaters nowadays, though, you guys are even going out of business too.
Yeah,
Because
well,
of
yes
people-
and no.
No, because people are not spending money. They're streaming at home, but it still goes back down to the money thing.
But they are coming up with ideas. Like they're doing Mystery Movie Monday now, where they're
Yes.
doing like movies that for $5 you don't know what the movie is till you get
Ooh.
there. So they're doing like
Hey.
surprise movies. Yeah,
I kind of like
Yeah.
that.
I do
That's-
too.
I like that
because you don't know what it is. It could be Good Morning Vietnam, or it could be The Naked Gun. You never
See,
know.
That is, I like that.
That's creative. 'cause
It is.
You don't know what the movie's gonna be, and they're bringing the old movies back. So like the oh my God, what is it? Fandom or whatever it is begins with an F.
Fandango.
Fandango.
Yeah, the
they're
ticket
doing
sales.
they're doing a
Really?
lot of stuff now where they're taking the old movies like what the Redford Theater does. Redford
Oh.
Theater
They did
plays
Close
a lot of,
Encounters of a Third Kind. I know Joe
Yep.
Johnson saw it.
I just saw The
First
Shining
time.
like
Huh.
last month. I saw The Shining there, and I mean, it's great to see it in the
Theater.
full theaters.
Yeah.
You know, when it was released.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
But either way though, the times are changing, you guys.
they're saying what the next thing is going to be on streaming, which is crazy. I do not want to be around here when that happens. Seriously, they said the
What?
next thing after cell phones. No, it's something that they predicted on the Jetsons, which
Oh,
a lot of
no.
stuff. It's going to be on your. So you know how they got the smart wristwatch and all
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
That's what's going to be on. It's not going to be a phone anymore. It's going to be attached to your body. It's going to be like a wristwatch, but like a eye
I don't want
like an
that.
iPad on your
No.
body. That's what
Oh
they're
my
talking about
God.
doing.
They kind of got me. I have the count your heartbeats and count your steps and your health and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
but I would want some.
I just want to
this,
watch though, like just a
I'll
regular
take a
watch.
watch.
I don't need to.
I'll take a piece
I
of
don't
jewelry.
use a tenth of what this thing does.
Yeah, that's too small to be looking at text messages. Like you got to get one of those.
No,
what's that?
no.
Opal Monopoly glasses. You know the old guy in Monopoly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mr. Moneybags.
Mr.
Yeah.
Moneybags. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Just get the fuck on.
Yeah, it's but yeah, boy, you talk about that $20. Oh, what a magic to have $20. It's like it was a thing. It was
Yes.
a thing.
It was
and
real.
That's how I
Yep.
got like you guys are all big music nuts. We had some good conversations
Yes.
on tunes off air.
Yes.
And I could go to the movie, out to eat, walk across to the tape kiosk.
Yes.
The music kiosk.
Yep.
Yes.
It wasn't real big, and I go down and I always like find the cheapest one. It was
$7.99.
It was like the
$8.99.
worst Black Sabbath album. They
Yep.
go, oh, so it's $250.
Yep.
I go, what's this Metallica one? I go,
Yep.
what's that one? I get it, and I realize it's a single with like Creeping Death single with 3 other songs.
Oh,
It
you found
wasn't
like
a full album.
the singles, right?
Yeah, it was like it was the EPs. And
Yeah.
I go, I didn't know they had that, and I still have it. I
Yeah.
go, who made that? Is that even legal? But or I'd buy an album, and or I used to work at Meijer when I was in high school. I'd bag groceries. I was the guy. I had a little black tie on.
I was a bag boy. And AMP.
Right, and it was a tough job. It
Yeah.
was bag bales of paper bags,
Uh-huh.
and you're mopping up messes and putting product back on the shelf.
Yep.
Dealing with I got some funny stories. I cannot share it in this venue. I'd love to if I was free to speak, but there's some really funny stories working at a monster store like that. But Meijer, this was out in the Ann Arbor area, but I could get paid making $3.10 an hour or whatever it was, $3.15
Uh-huh.
as a bag boy. It's dangerous,
Yeah.
but for a kid, who cares, right? It's like I wasn't really saving for college then, and I didn't have any money. But you could walk over to the service desk, cash your check. Like your check was
Oh,
in your
wow.
little mailbox. You go, whoop. I walk over to the service desk. They cash my check. I walk right back into the store, and I go right down the music. I'm going, and I go, whoop. And I'm buying like 6
Right.
cassettes. I'm buying records. I was music nut, And then I walk out of there, happy.
Yep.
And I still had money left over to go hang out with my buddies.
Yep.
You know what I miss, like y'all, and I don't know if Kathy probably did it. She might have, but the local music stores, they're fucking gone. You had Hot Hits, you had Record Time, you had Record Exchange, you had Absolute Music, you had Downtown Music, you had Planet Music, you had all these great, because being an artist, we used to do consignment. So like when we did our albums, like for example, when I was in the group 5 Star, what we would do is we take the CDs, and if we were going to sell them for say, whatever, it was $5 or $6, they would just mark it up like $3 and just keep the extra $3.
Mhm.
That's how consignment worked. And then every quarter or every month or whatever, you would have an agreement where you'd come in there, you'd collect your money and put
Right.
more stock in as needed. Well, there's no stores like that anymore. There's none.
Wow.
I remember working at Summit Place Mall, and we had Suncoast Movies. We had a Record Town in there.
Yep.
Shout out to Mark France, who's a movie director now. Shout out to him doing his thing. But he was a manager at Suncoast, and also he worked at Record Town. And then there was a Sam Goody there as well.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you had all these great music stores. So like when it came out, like in your era, whatever you wanted was there. And it was a big thing.
It was like the release of a movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're
Yes.
like, oh, the new album's coming. Going,
Yep.
oh,
Oh my
and
God,
the-
remember
and
those
the buzz
days?
around
Yes.
school, especially
Yes.
like if everybody had their own little scene of buddies that's like you all kind of like the same
Yep.
music. You're
Yep.
finding your social circles, and I dabbled in and out. I was a little introvert, big time introvert back.
Yeah.
Still are, to some extent. But it's like you sit there with your buddies and you got your circles and they're going, the new Metallica album's
Yep.
coming out. And you're like, oh, it is? Oh, yeah, it's going to be huge. It's going to be huge.
Yeah.
And you all went out. Did you get it? I
Yep.
didn't get it. And they're going, you're missed. Like you did not want to be
Yep.
that guy on the sideline that didn't
Yep.
tune in on a Friday,
Yep.
coming in on a
It
Monday
was-
going, what's your best cut? What's your favorite song?
For me, it was magazines and albums. That's what it was. It was like the album. Did you see the cover of so and so? Did you get
Right.
this magazine? Did you get that magazine? Did you get, because album comes out, Mariah Carey's album comes out,
Right.
Immature's album comes. Oh my! I remember all them days, but that was the most exciting thing. And if you didn't get it, let's say the album came out on a Thursday, you knew like you'd bother your mother or father to get that album by Friday or Saturday. You knew that weekend you were going to be getting this. And remember your Christmas list?
Oh, yeah.
All music.
When your parents had to track down those albums, those
Yep.
magazines.
and then they get the
went-
wrong album.
Yes. I remember all of that stuff. It was but it was such a different
Yeah.
time when people had tangible copies of stuff.
And see, that's
Right,
what people
see?
don't realize.
Just
See, I love liner notes, man.
Yep.
like,
Me too.
I don't even need to listen to the music. I'll just
Yeah.
sit there and read the fold.
remember opening the CDs up
Love it.
and then reading the booklet inside.
I
of
knew who the
lyrics
publisher
and
is.
like the copyright and who wrote the song. And
Right?
you would sit there, you would literally put in your CD player, take the little booklet out, and as you press play on the first song and it's going, you start opening up that book, you start looking at the pictures first, and you start reading the lyrics.
Right.
Remember those were the days. You guys don't know anything about that these days, young people.
Having
For real, the
you really
fun of
made a
that.
connection. I mean,
You
you
really
make a
did.
connection to the
Yes.
music. It meant something. You took the
Yes.
time, and now it's so.
Digital.
It's digital.
Give
It's
me that
not-
gratification.
and it's
now
not
one,
there. It's
one
not-
and out.
It's physically not there. Like
Yeah.
I remember. So shout out to Donna Alexander wherever you are. Hopefully I'll meet you again sometime. I hope you're around still. She was like the closest thing to a mother I ever had when my mother passed. And we used to go to Blockbuster Music, which was Sound and Warehouse back then, right there on Telegraph, where the Old Country Buffet was. There was a music store there. So like when LL Cool J Walking with the Panther came out, or EPMD Business as Usual came out, or Strictly Business. I remember getting these albums, and she would used to take me out, because the placement that I was at, she would take me out like on visits and stuff. So we'd go out, get lunch, go get music, whatever. And it was something about getting that music. I remember getting Public Enemy, It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back. Now picture this white boy from Pontiac with fucking Public Enemy, It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back. I mean, I went all out. My wife, she'll tell you, I go all out. Like I had a rap medallion. It was red and blue that I made in like shop class.
Right.
I mean, like a little leather medallion, had my little rap name on it, and it had the
That's
liner notes
awesome.
in it. Public Enemy had the liner notes in it. So like when you opened it up, I would sit there and I would devour the lyrics. When they came out with Fear of a Black Planet, which came out in the early 90s, like early to mid 90s, same thing. They had the liner notes. Beastie Boys, Paws Boutique. A lot of people
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
know. So when they were on Def Jam, they ended up going to Capitol. I don't know what happened exactly with Def Jam, but I know they went to Capitol. They got with the Dust Brothers that made a lot of their samples, a lot of their music. They sampled a lot of stuff on Paws Boutique.
Mhm.
And Paws Boutique had the lyrics printed on there. And I remember because there was a bunch of fish that was on the liner notes, and you had to really read that shit because it was so microscopic, but it was fun. Public
That's
Enemy,
true.
when Public Enemy first had the liner notes, I remember it was folded up. To this day, I couldn't fold it back the way it was because they had the shit in there so compact that when
Yeah.
you opened it up, it was like a damn map, like literally, but
Yeah.
it was dope to look at.
But that was the whole point, though, is the fact of you're enjoying their music while
Yes.
you're looking at the memorabilia that comes
Yes.
with it.
Mhm.
So it's like it was just an experience. Nowadays, you download it and it goes on
It's
to
throwaway.
that's it.
It's
Yeah.
throwaway. You don't. So people always ask me like, why do you like CDs? Why do you like? No one likes CDs anymore. Fuck out of here. I remember I was talking to Isham one time, and we're sitting there talking about music at Harpo's, and he was saying like he doesn't want to put his stuff on physical no more because no one really does physicals anymore. And it kind of hurt me when he said that because I'm just like, damn, bro, like people still like the physicals. So shout out to Isham because he did put more stuff on physical later on, but there's something about that's to be said when you have something and you actually own it and it's yours. It's your possession. Like when you got your phone, you can look at your phone, right? You can't look at a digital. I mean, yeah, you can look at the artwork online, but
It's
to
not the
actually,
same.
it's not the same. But to actually have that vinyl or to have that cassette, to have that physical copy that
The
you can,
tactile. I have it in my
Yes,
hands, right?
yes.
And the physical is kind of coming back in a way.
it is.
CDs
for some reasons aren't.
Cassettes are coming back. It's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah,
And
Yep.
I hear people complaining, oh man, oh yeah, CDs, it's just too, the sampling of it to get it digitized, it's cutting stuff out. I go,
Yeah.
yeah, but I also remember having my cassette fall behind my guitar amp,
Yep.
rolling by that big magnet and wrecking my album,
yep.
basically half erasing the thing. I go, CDs, I love CDs.
Me too.
Yeah.
You can't tell me those things don't sound good.
Look, I'm gonna tell you now.
If I don't hear that
True.
one conga in the background
Yep.
on a Pink Floyd tune, I'm okay.
right,
Because the rest of it sounds amazing with
Yes.
headphones on. It sounds pristine. It sounds amazing. I'm not going to get into the analog or into the algorithm of how this thing was transferred over to digital.
yeah,
But I love CDs, and you
I
can
like-
get them cheap now. It's like
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still buying CDs.
Jason, it's true. And it's crazy because it's like I said, all this stuff just brings me back. I just, honestly, too, to go along with this, I think there needs to be more places for us, our generation,
Yeah.
so we can be able to do these things. There's not enough. You ever notice that? There's not enough things not enough places for us to go where we can go in there and there might be a jukebox in there.
Yeah.
Might be a cassette player stereo
Yep.
or a CD, a place where us people who are seasoned
You
can
mean a
go
museum?
enjoy.
No.
Well, no, I did like solo LP records though.
Are you saying we should be in a museum? Is that?
We're like in the glass case.
We are technically a classic, right? I mean, after 25 years on your car, you get registered as a classic.
I wish there was like places like clubs and things that we could do where I can just go in and I'm back in 1995.
Yeah.
You know, I wish there was more places that I could go.
I want to go further
Nowadays,
back though, like further back, like the 80s,
You know
mid
what?
80s.
Fine, I would say video games for me in the 80s.
Yeah. Yeah, man,
All
because there
that
was nothing
stuff.
like going to the laundromat playing
Yeah,
Frogger
arcade.
and
Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
oh my god, I
God.
love that
Hit
game.
the ice was
Yes.
what big.
Yes.
We love the hit the ice. Hit the
Yeah.
ice.
Because sometimes I feel so foreign in this world because everything is computer and digital and phones and everything. I just wish I can go into a place and just be like, oh, it's 1985 or
It's
1995.
It is, and
You
we're
know,
at that age now that you
Yeah.
start looking back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you get a little bit melancholy. You look back a little bit because some of the things in front of you, you go,
they
I don't want
told
to deal
us-
with this.
I think it was because they told us that it was going to get better and
Better.
better with
See?
time.
Yeah.
And that's a
And-
nice. Beck
Yeah.
referred to the Jetsons. I
Yeah.
thought we'd be flying cars when I was a
Yeah.
kid. I would be walking on the moon. I
Yeah.
gotta go to college on the moon. I mean, all this stuff they promise you, and you're going,
Yep.
where is it?
Yeah.
The only
Nothing
thing we really
happened.
got
I
from
wanted
the
the
Jetsons
flying
was like
cars.
the talking phones. That's what we got. We
Yeah.
got the talking phones and the wristwatch
Yep.
talking
I
phone.
wanted
I
that car
want
that went.
Yeah. I do. I wanted the.
Where's that car, man? Where's that car? I want that car.
I do. I wanted the flying car. Because to me, I think that would be better than like us being out on the road.
Can you imagine that though?
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine? 500 cars crashed in the sky today. I mean, people are. It just,
They can't even drive on the
They
road.
can't, no.
Like, on the way here, we were getting like cut off by this guy in a truck who had a broke window in the back with cardboard on it, and he was just swerving in and out the lane. Kathy's like, he's got to be drunk. I'm like,
yeah,
you
get
fucking
that guy a
think?
helicopter.
Like he's not even signaling. Yeah, let's give him a helicopter, give him a plane. Oh,
That's so
my
funny.
goodness.
And this is my brain and work. You ready?
Yeah.
The toy and the cereal.
Oh yeah.
Coming back to the
Yes.
toy and the cereal.
Yes.
Right?
Oh.
Growing up, we didn't have money for that type of stuff.
Okay.
So it was Cheerios or oatmeal. It was or homemade. Everything was my mom made it all.
Yeah.
And so I never had that experience of the sugar cereal or the chance to get a toy
Really?
until I got into college.
Okay.
Really?
So I went to Michigan State, and in the dorms they have. I walked in and going, oh, I'm used to let's do eggs, sausage,
Yeah.
man.
The biscuits.
I must be hungry, man. Sweaty sausage, yum. Yeah, right. It just sounds so good right now. You're killing me. You're driving me nuts with that. I'm still thinking about it. Anyway,
He's about to get McDonald's
I
right
know.
after the show.
I got to
like-
do something. I'm tired of protein bars. But anyway, you walk in the dorm. You go, oh, yeah, I got my egg sausages. I got the potatoes. Eat it. And then you walk in and go, oh, my God. Lined up, wall to wall, every kind of cereal you could think of just sitting there.
Oh,
You
wow.
had Sugar Smacks, not Honey Smacks.
Yeah.
You had, they changed the word.
Yeah.
It was Sugar Smacks.
Yes, it was.
Alphabets. They
Yes.
had
Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops, Fruity Pebbles. They had
Oh.
everything.
Frosted Flakes.
Frosted Flakes. They
Yeah.
had all the sugar bits.
Good cereal.
And I went,
Captain Crunch.
oh my God. And so some friends of mine, you make friends with the guys in the dorms, right? So
Yeah.
we got into mining the cereal boxes. Literally mining the cereal boxes across campus for toys. I'm not kidding. So we'd go in, and I got it down to a science. And we were back then, you actually got a toy, like a legit toy. It wasn't some plastic thing or a little
Yeah.
compass or something or a
Yeah.
fake tattoo or a sticker.
Yeah.
You got a physical toy.
Yep.
And it was Fruity Pebbles. And the gummy bears were big back in like the early 90s, right? The cartoon
Mhm.
was huge.
I
Yeah.
Gummy
remember.
bears, remember gummy bears?
Yes, I do.
Never really watched them, but I get them. I know them. And so then it turned into a war with me and my buddy to get the entire collection. You know how hard that is doing that at home?
Yeah, it's hard.
But on a college campus where you have like 15 dorms that all have a dozen cereal boxes.
Mhm.
So we go in there, and it got to the point where, hey, I got Zummy Gummy. Oh, I got Tubby Gummy. Oh, I got yes, I know the names of the gummy bears. But then you get into this string of I keep getting the same one over and over and over again. It's like baseball cards
Yep.
or
Yeah.
Garbage Pail
Pail
Kids.
Kids.
Same one over and
Yep.
over again, the common.
Yep.
And there's the one guy that we could never get. And you look in their dorm rooms, and we had them lined up, a
Yep.
dozen of them, just all these toys of the same one. Oh, we're trying to get the same guy, and it's the big chubby guy. I don't know if it's Tubby Gummy or whatever. Couldn't find him. But you'd walk in there. I could go into the dorms, and we got it so good that I could feel on the box and go, okay, we're about 3/4 of the way full. I'm going to get me 2 bowls. That gets me down to, okay, that gets me deep enough where I can push the box
Yeah.
together. The cereal kind of, you shake it a bit, and that toy just rises to the top. And you could get your fingers in there and pluck that thing out without touching any of the cereal. We were good. We were good boys.
wow.
We weren't like elbowing it deep in there, You know what I mean? We're not fishing around. We were polite, but we go boom, 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 and that toy would just slide right to the top, and you pluck it out of there. And it got to the point where
that's professional.
That
oh,
is.
we got good. We got very, very good. And it turned into, what'd you get? I got another one. I got another common. Got another one. And the day he got the last one, the competition was over, and we
Right.
basically stopped doing it. But it turned into this awesome thing. And he goes, I got it, I got it, I got it, I got it. And he had the whole set.
See, that's great.
Isn't that great?
It
And
is.
I still have them. I still have them boxed up away.
Wow.
But
I remember when they did the Simpsons movie right before Summit Place Mall was about to shut down. They had the Simpsons movie. They used to have the Simpson. They were like watches,
oh,
and they were in a little box. And I remember getting all those. I don't have them anymore, but those were so cool. And I remember I used to go there and get them all the time. They were at Burger King, if I'm not mistaken. And man, I had a bunch of different ones.
Mine was
and
the
then,
Bernstein Bears.
and the
Oh, yeah.
glasses. Remember the glasses? Like
oh, I love those. I
back in
still
the
have
day?
them.
Yeah, they had the Batman Returns glasses. They had the Garfield
They had
glasses.
Star Wars?
Flintstones. Yeah,
That's it. We're talking 82.
Star Wars. Yeah.
Star Wars glasses.
Yep.
Still have them. The Muppets. You're talking about
The Muppets.
Oh my
the
God.
Muppet glasses. Those glasses you get. Those were Burger King had those.
Yep. They actually on eBay. If you go on eBay, they do have collections. They're charging a lot of money for them now, but because
believe
they had
it.
lead in them, they had lead paint.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's why they don't do them anymore.
kidding.
Wow.
Yeah, because of the stuff.
To get it to stick to the.
Yeah.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yep. Yep.
That is crazy.
Fun fact for you guys: lead paint.
That
on-
explains so much.
That's why they don't have any more. So switching gears up.
That's why I was never good at math.
I liked basic applied math. My teacher, because I used to, I'd write music in my class all the time. And my math teacher, I can't remember his
Fractions,
name.
baby, fractions.
But he used to tell me, he'd be like, man, if you could just remember your math half as much as you remember the music you're writing, you would pass. But I didn't give a fuck about math. I just did it. I think it's because my other math teacher in a freshman high school, she wasn't very what's the word I want to say? She wasn't
enthusiastic.
She wasn't very passionate about helping at all. So it was like if I asked questions, it was like annoying her. She was like Miss Crabapple on The Simpsons. Like seriously, like she just wanted to go smoke a cigarette and go screw Mr. Skinner,
Oh,
Principal
no.
Skinner. But so what was I saying with the music? Math. Yeah,
Music is math too.
Yeah, it
You
is.
know that now.
it is.
We didn't at the time.
And Sesame Street. Yeah, we got to talk about Sesame Street. Squirrel moment. It popped up. So we had the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Oh.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
I love that.
My favorite one was when he was like, ba,
yes.
ba.
Yes.
That-
Did you ever see? So we live close enough to Windsor.
Yeah,
Do you get Channel 9
I think we did get Channel 9.
CBC?
Yeah, I want to say we
to
did.
see? You want to trip a kid's mind? Like we grew up on Sesame Street. You're watching it, and you were one channel. Like 56 was like PBS, right? And you're flipping around. You go, oh, Sesame Street. You don't realize it's on CBC, and it's
Yep.
half in French.
Yeah, I do remember
So
that.
they're singing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
They're
11,
saying
12
in French.
French. And I'm going, what is happening? And like you, the sounding out
Yeah.
the syllables, and he's like, auto boost, auto boost, auto boost, auto boost, and it's a bus. I go,
Yes.
it's a bus. What's an auto boost?
It was a great time to be a kid. I mean, you had Charlie Brown.
Oh,
You know,
Oh,
and
I
the
love
parents
Charlie
the
Brown.
parents were hilarious because you never seen the parents. You just heard them. They're like, wah, 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 wah,
It's
wah.
about what they sounded like back
Yeah, that's
then.
like literally what they sounded like. They were like,
wah, wah.
mark, mark, wah, 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 wah. And
Yes,
the
ma'am.
Flintstones, they'd speed up the voices on the cartoon. They were like,
I love the Flintstones too. The Flintstones, that was a great cartoon.
Yes.
Scooby Doo.
Scooby-Doo is really good.
I'm partial. I love Looney Tunes the most.
So do I.
I'm
Yeah.
such a huge Looney Tune fan.
Jason is huge, like huge Looney Tunes.
Like my favorite one to this day is Robin Hood Daffy, where he was trying to be Robin Hood and he's trying to impress Porky Pig, and Porky Pig is just like
Friar Tuck.
Yeah, Friar Tuck. And he's laughing, and Daffy's just like, at first he's just looking all serious, and then he just starts laughing at him, and he's like, how jolly can you get? Like,
Right? And the thing, we got on a little rabbit hole that I absolutely love. I don't know how much time you guys have.
Oh, we're good.
But it's the Looney Tunes. They came out in the 40s.
Yeah, they
Yep.
did. That's what I was telling
They
Kathy.
were during
Yeah.
the war.
And it was
World
black and white
War
then.
II.
Yeah.
And you got those in between, the double features.
Yep.
Or that was the lead-in
Yeah.
to the main feature in the 40s.
Yeah.
And the sound effects, the genius,
Yes.
not only of Mel Blanc, the guy who did all the voices, we
Rest
all
in
know
peace to
him.
Mel
Oh,
Blanc.
absolutely. Genius. But the music,
Yeah.
the sound effects, think of it. The sound effects were all orchestral instrumentation.
That would be I
That's
Freely.
It's all cymbals and percussion
Yep.
and instruments
Yep.
and strings.
Yep.
Think about that.
See,
You're
that's
getting culture
creativity.
listening to cartoons going, I understand classical. You would, as a kid, you'd never go, oh, I love the cello.
Right.
You
That's
don't
true.
understand it until now. I'm like, why are the cartoons missing something? I go, because I love the Looney Tunes and it was all orchestral
Yep.
and genius.
Yep.
What was the character's name? There was another one that stood out to me,
What
one
was
of my
it?
favorite one. But it was like
Da-da-da-da-da.
la 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 la
Yeah,
la la
that
one. Yeah, yeah,
la 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 la.
Well, that's Bugs Bunny
Yep.
conducting at the opera,
Yep.
Night at the
Yeah,
Opera.
and he
or
was
whatever.
pissing off the guy
He's like,
trying to practice.
His
Yeah.
glove hang.
Yeah, he was
right.
like trying to practice, and Bugs was coming in there playing his little banjo, and he kept pissing him off, throwing him off. So he was in there. He was like, Leopold, 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 and he was like, Lo,
He goes,
lo, 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 lo.
and then he goes. I love that. And then some of the best one I love is the Spear and Magic Helmet, with Elmer Fudd.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
And, it's like this. We are watching an opera.
yeah.
You're
Yep.
watching
Oh, with him and Bugs, right? When
Yes.
they were like, they were doing
the
Hamlet, like
whole
you said.
the
yes.
whole thing, and you're going, "This is great." And he goes, "Spear and Magic Helmet, Spear and Magic Helmet." He goes, "Spear and Magic Helmet." The tongue in cheek, the subversiveness of that
Yes.
comedy.
Yep.
Yes.
That the parents go, "Oh, it's a cartoon," but you're watching. They're telling you stuff.
They're
Yep.
telling
teaching
you
things.
stories.
Sarcasm.
Yes.
Yep.
Laugh at yourself.
Yes.
Don't take things so seriously.
And don't be
Right?
afraid to dress and drag, because Bugs Bunny used to dress and
It
drag like
doesn't
in
mean
every
it-
episode. It was
right.
just entertainment. It was comic.
It doesn't mean anything.
was fun.
right? Granted, they got some stuff wrong, with their depictions of
Yeah.
of people, but that's the the time period in which it was created.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't
Even a French talking cat.
Pepe Le Pew.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
you can't. They don't even show that anymore because they're
Yeah.
afraid that you're going to friend.
Yeah.
It's-
Yeah.
But it was a part of the creativity
Oh.
of interpretation
Right.
Yes.
and perception, and we don't have that anymore.
No.
I remember going to the bowling alley. This dates me here. My babysitter, so her husband, I think, worked at GM. I'm not mistaken, or some kind of plant. And we go pick him up. And before we pick him up, we go to this bowling alley while we're waiting to go get him. And they would like get a couple drinks or whatever, pop whatever. And they used to have those like photo booth type things, and you put $5 in, and you would watch a Woody Woodpecker cartoon.
Oh yeah,
Or a Looney Tunes
Really?
cartoon. Yep. You would
Yes.
put a $5 bill in there. And
dude,
you'd
you
watch,
jogged
like,
my
one-
brain. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Yep.
Really? What was the
Oh,
purpose
yeah.
of that?
It was
You-
to watch a
you watch
cartoon.
cartoon.
You just put a $5 bill in there, and you got to watch like one or two cartoons. It was really, like,
Really?
yeah.
I'm trying to figure out now. I'm like,
It was
how
in
did
Troy.
they do that?
It was in Troy, if I
There-
remember.
there's no discs. I remember that too.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay, you jog something, dude. That's crazy because now my brain obviously goes
Yeah.
to the technology. Back in
Oh.
the day, like, well, how did that work?
Well, they probably had
It was film.
Yeah, it was
a
film.
film. You hear it going, and you just saw it and it played. I mean, it was.
That's exactly what it was. It was
It's
film.
film.
My guess is when
On
you
a loop.
selected it, it had a loop. It was kind of like one of those, not kaleidoscope, but what was that? Maybe kind of like the same technology as not a kaleidoscope. What's the
Well, there is I
Oh, my
understand the
goodness.
technology. So in broadcast, we used to have these-
Viewmaster?
Yeah, well, yeah, with the clicks.
Yes.
But this was actually cartoon moving with sound, right?
Yes.
And
they had
there-
them in a spindle catalog, probably.
right. And so here's what we had things called audio cards.
Yep.
And I'm gonna totally nerd out. I'm gonna put you to sleep. But we had this was radio. So if they had like a real quick hitter or an ad, they used to be on these little carts. You pop it in, and it'd be 15 seconds, 30 seconds. But what it did was it was a complete loop, and it would go around and it would stop at a certain point.
So like the radio
And then when I
stations would
hit
do.
play again, it'd pick it up right where it left off.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
So there's different things were called Q tones that you would apply to the tape that the machine would recognize and go stop. It'd tell it to stop.
Yep.
And I know it had to be
That's probably
that
what
sort
they
of
did.
technology where it was on a loop, it'd play
Yeah.
and it hits a certain point, it says stop.
Yep.
So you got your cartoon, you walked out, you're going, I saw a cartoon.
For
At
$5
a bowling alley.
at a bowling alley in Troy.
Oh, my God. That's
Yeah.
different.
That's dude, that is a memory. Wow.
Wow.
I got another one for you. You remember the big coloring books?
hmm
I had the Spider-Man one, the huge one. Not when they say giant coloring book now, it's not giant like it used to be. Giant was like I don't even know the dimensions because math-wise,
It's
but it
almost
was
half
huge.
this. It's 2 feet.
Yeah.
Some of them, they're like,
Yeah, I'm talking about the big ones.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it had like Doc Ock and Spider-Man, and it was huge. Like now the coloring books, they're like so like, like just real small
And
when,
thin.
Yeah, and thin. So when you're trying to color, you gotta be like Picasso when you're coloring now. You know what I mean? Back then you had enough space because it was big enough that you could color. So
yeah.
before we get off here, I know you wanted to ask a question about the interviews. We were talking about it off air, and
Jog my memory.
So,
I'm totally wanting cereal and
wondering-
sweaty sausage.
you were
right now.
wondering how we came about doing the interview.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's funny you say that. So Kathy and I, we've been chatting about it for a while. I was doing this. When did I start doing interviews, dear?
About, I don't know, before me.
2013, maybe 2000.
I guess big time, but
Yeah.
before me, so probably 2012.
Yeah, 2012. So basically, what happened is a lot of my friends used to always tell me I should do like interviews, or you should try to do interviews. My boy Ridgix, Rodacious, a couple of different people would tell me, and I never really thought about doing it until I used to have he was kind of like a father figure to me. He passed away. His name was Michelangelo, and basically I had no idea what I was gonna do. Like I didn't know what I was gonna do as far as like the name of the company or even have a company. Like I didn't know. But I had some visions, some ideas. And so Ridgix would tell me, he's like, well, if you do want to do these interviews, because at first I had a JVC point and shoot, right?
Oh, nice.
But you can't really get into established venues with those because they're looking at you like, oh, you're just trying to like record the stuff and
Right.
Bootleg it. Right?
Oh, yeah.
So he said, if you really want to do these interviews for real, you're going to have to get a real camera. So they took me out to the store, went and got him and his boss, Chuck, went and took me out to go get a Canon EOS 60D.
Nice.
And so I got that, the telephoto lens, zoom lens, and it was sitting and collecting dust, honestly. I'm not going to lie. I was I wouldn't say intimidated by it, but I just wasn't taking the time to do it. And Kathy got on me about doing it. She was like, well, if it's going to sit in the corner, you might as well utilize it, like do something other than it sitting in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
So the first interview that I remember doing was with Cottonmouth Kings. And Ridgix, he would plug me in with different interviews. So back in the day, he would do the same thing with shows. If there was a show going on and he couldn't make it, he would hit me up and be like, yo, you want to do this show? In the UP. So we would just drive to the fucking UP on a whim. And the universe would just open up. Things would happen to where we could do these shows. And so Cottonmouth Kings was the first interview we did. And then with the JVC point and shoot, I remember interviewing Ill Will. We used to go to this thing called Mic Check Monday. Kathy used to go with me as well when they were open at Mill Street Blues, downtown Pontiac. And so we would do interviews. And from that point on, it just kind of ballooned.
Mhm.
Like, started interviewing everyone and anyone. If I was at Royal Oak Arts Beats and Eats,
Yeah.
I'd be interviewing street musicians. I never...
Minnesota Airport, he interviewed this Asian girl
Yeah.
who was playing the classical piano in the middle of the airport.
Yep.
and he stopped and interviewed her.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
Yeah.
it was like he just started interviewing different people. So
Yep.
now, with the podcast, speed it up to now. With the podcast, we just do the same exact things, but it's our friends in our community and people
Right.
we
Yeah.
run into that we know.
Yep.
Everybody that we know has interesting jobs and interesting lives,
Yep.
and it's just we go after our community. So his
Yes.
started in his music community,
That's
Yep.
awesome.
and so now we branched it out to our friends and our family
Right.
and people we just know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are a collective. You collect stories.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you're also bringing people together.
Yeah.
And when we were talking about what's our commonality, how do we get
That's
along as a
true.
people?
Yeah.
I said we have more in common
Yeah.
than we would ever think.
Because
You guys were the night shift
talking.
coming in doing the pod. I'm the
That's
morning
true.
shift here at the studio, so
Yeah.
our paths never crossed.
That's
Yep.
true.
You were Joe and Joey, and
Yeah.
the second shift guys, and I'm in the morning and paying the bills and doing all this kind of stuff. Or you go to the award show and I'm the guy who's that guy? Why does he talk so much and hand out award? All that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But having you guys flip to the mornings, like then we got to know each other,
Yeah.
and now we have these conversations, and it's
Yeah.
a lot of fun. And I have to say, it boosts my day.
Aw.
Because
I'm
there's not
glad.
a lot of time where we don't. You can sit around and just connect with people and get to know new faces and
Yeah.
things, and
That's true.
that's not to promote it on TV, but it's hard to find that sometimes.
Yeah.
And
That's
having
true.
that here, that's one of the reasons why we like what we do, Joe
Yeah.
and the whole crew and my staff, is that we get to meet people like yourselves, and we understand
Yay.
your history and how you started doing these things, because we've all come from different backgrounds, and how did we weave into
Yeah.
this point in time? We're sitting facing each other, looking each other in the eye, and
That's
sharing
true.
stories, right?
Yeah.
And we're sharing laughs, and we're sharing. It can only be good.
It's
That's
all about
true.
archiving the memories. Kathy will tell you I'm a big memory
He is a
person.
really
So
big
wherever we
memory
go,
person.
we'll take a picture. Later on we might post it, but we don't post it right away. But it's about saving those memories.
Yeah.
So like when I go on my Google Photos or my Google Drive, it backs up a lot of that stuff, and it just blows my mind seeing the memories. Like it's just great to have.
Yeah, and I
that.
have a lot of my phone too. It's like
Yeah.
holy moly.
But it's great to
like-
have that physical memory. Like you said, it's physical. Like you can go on your
Yep.
phone and you can pull it up and here it is. And then now you can go to Google Photos and you can actually get them printed out. I actually printed out like books of our memories on the Google Photos. So it's good to
See,
have that.
I'm glad you said that, because it kicked me in the butt. I got to do stuff. So I've traveled with my kids. We've gone to Yellowstone and got pictures of
Yeah.
buffalo and the whole bit. And being a media guy, I always wanted to put together a collage
Yeah.
or a poster
Yeah.
Ooh, nice.
of that trip.
Yep.
All
all you gotta
and
do
so
is-
I got to get my butt in gear, dude. You guys
Yeah.
talked to me, said, "Hey, get those memories out in the real world and have them so you can reflect on
Yeah.
them."
Do you? And the piggyback on that with a collage. Back in the day, I wish I still had it. You would love it. One day, I just got bored, and I had cardboard, and it's probably about yay big, right? And I made a collage of all different musical stuff. It would be like a review from Jam Rag magazine.
Really?
'Cause back in the day, I had an EP that I did, and Crazy Mark submitted it to the Jam Rag, and I didn't know that, so they did a review on me. So I tracked it down,
That's cool.
put that on there, and then I put like a little CD, rough demo draft of a CD that I had,
Wow.
put that on there, and the 5-star bumper stickers.
So
All
you had a
these,
collage, or like your own little kind
Yeah.
of collage vision board, but it was already things you experienced already. I like
yes,
that.
I need to do
I wish I
another
would have
one.
did that in
That's
my hair
cool.
career. Honestly, I wish I
You
would have did
can,
that.
you still can though. Like you can literally take those pictures and print them, and then you could make a collage out of it.
I could.
That's a good idea. Maybe have Miracle,
Very
have her
cool.
little autograph on there. Well, we're getting towards the end of the show, y'all. This was a lot of fun.
Yes, it was like it always is.
This was I had such a great time, man. We got to give it up for our amazing guest, Ian. Give it up for Ian, everyone.
Thanks, guys, again for having me, and appreciate it. Always fun.
Thank you so much for being on the show, man.
Yes, thank you so much. It's
We
always a lot of fun.
Yes, it was a lot of fun. But yeah, we're getting towards that end a little bit. We love you guys, man. Thank you for supporting us out
And
in
thank
Spain.
you for tuning
and
in.
I don't even know like where all the viewers are yet, but I do know that there's someone in Spain listening to us. So shout out to Spain. We're also working on getting the season 1 archive on the playlist. So once we get that on there, we'll let you guys know. Season 2, I believe, is on there now. You got to go to SoundCloud, ONTV Local Voice, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yep.
And it's also on Spotify, right?
Yes. So if you go to either orientontv.org, click on the on demand or video on
okay.
demand, it goes right at the bottom. It takes you to SoundCloud, and you can see all the podcasts, including
Okay.
yours.
Okay.
Or if you go to Spotify, you search Orion or On TV Local Voice, and all of these pop up, including your pods.
And
Nice.
also let them know about the production classes.
Oh, yeah.
So because I'm letting you guys know, you guys are slipping if you are not taking advantage of this.
Yes.
Because I went to do something similar at another studio, and they charge like $300 for the same stuff that you're learning here, fraction of that, and you're learning more, and it's more hands-on here.
Yeah, $25.
Yeah.
2-hour little training session with staff, hands on, $25. We can schedule at any time during our business hours, all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
It happens all the time. People call up and say, "Hey, I'm coming in Thursday." Okay, as long as we have staff available, you can come in. And it's 2 hours long. You get a refresh or a new to do and learn how the system works. And we work with you hand in hand even after the class is over. We don't just say see you later. We're working with you, and as you want to promote things, maybe add cameras or do video side of things, we add that too. So yeah, it's a full come in. Hey, we're all about free speech, speaking your mind, and giving you access to media that you may not have access.
And talk nude. Don't be afraid to
yeah,
talk nude.
I'm the only one wearing clothes today.
Just
so.
take off your clothes and relax. Let the balls hang. You're going to be all right. I promise you. It's going to be okay. It might be a little drafty with the air conditioning, but you'll be okay. I promise you. Until then, y'all, stay safe. Treat people the way you want to be treated. And as always, man, if you're going to talk
Nude.
Have a great rest of your day, everyone. This was another fabulous episode of
Talking Nude.
Man, we talked about everything from CDs to cassettes to Sesame Street, and
Talking Nude.
could you imagine Bert and Ernie if they were like on Sesame Street and they'd be
Talking Nude.
and then Grouch was like sitting there talking nude, like it would just be talking.
Talking Nude.
You just never understand, like, I mean, even the Jetsons, like, could you imagine that?
Talking Nude.
Man, it would just be interesting. As everyone just be living in the world, we're all just be
Talking Nude.
sitting on trees, jumping out of trees, running out and running in the forest in our birthday suit, and just
Have a good day, y'all.
have a good one, y'all. We love you, man.
Bye-bye.
Support independent and free speech, y'all.